Frank Diaz with us today, and Frank is an MBA candidate with VIU, almost finished his program. I met Frank at a networking event, or several of them, with VIU, and we've kept in good touch, even through this shutdown period. So welcome, Frank.
Thank you, Mr. Carey, and thank you for having me.
Well, that's great. We've been wanting to do this for a long time. And the subject you wanted to pursue was something to do with leadership. And I like talking about that, as you know. And I have a statement I'd like to run by you, and I'd like you to comment on it in light of the fact that all your studies have been remote over the last few months, as opposed to under the structure of the university campus. So the statement is, think for yourself, think like a leader. I'd like you to comment on that in light of what's happened.
Well, I believe, Mr. Carey, there are some few skills and some few effective thoughts and habits that a person can develop and do that can be like a leader. Like, I would say the very first thing is accept the change. Like, you got to know that things are not the same like it was before, and things are transitioned into a different phase. So we got to accept the change. And I see a lot of times when I find it difficult to accept the change, and I'll be like, oh no, I cannot accept it, and I feel to switch gears swiftly. So you should accept the change, and you got to stay positive. I feel you got to stay positive. That's the most important thing. Stay positive, stay calm, know what's happening, don't lose your calm, and stay focused. What do you got to say about that, Mr. Carey? About focus. You got to stay focused, stay calm, and stay positive.
I like it. I think it must be an extra challenge to stay focused and to stay positive, particularly as a student being, somewhat isolated in a strange country and everything. That had to be a huge challenge, but maybe also a huge opportunity. In what way would you see it an opportunity?
Well, Mr. Carey, I think goals were always set. Like, I had a few set goals. I need to have like a few different things that I needed to achieve. So the goals were set. But I think the activities that are required to achieve those goals have been changed. Like, the activities that I required to do before the lockdown was different, but the activities that I required to do now to achieve those goals have been changed. So when you say like your goals remains the same but your activities change, it's when you need to be self-disciplined and you need to manage yourself to that change so that you can develop a few habits that can help you achieve the goals but in a different way.
And that's obviously helped you in the present with your current circumstances. Can you see also the benefit in the longer term?
Well, yes, I think I have been more self-managed. I've been more self-disciplined. I've started to use more different ways of staying on the top and not not being overwhelmed, by things.
Right.
So I think self-management and self-discipline is something that can transition into your job role where it requires you to be that way. And the going is difficult right now, but as long as you can manage it in a very effective way, when the going gets easy, life will be like a piece of cake for you.
I like that. So you've taken what could be perceived as a negative, and you've turned it into a positive because you've become a stronger individual in terms of your skill set as a person who leads themselves and that'll certainly help you in the future to lead others as well. I really like your attitude, Frank. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Look forward for doing more of these videos too.